My name is Rhett Spencer, and this is the review and summary of The Terrorist. In 1998, when it was originally released by director Santosh Sivan, this is the original cover poster. Like I said, it's filmed in 1998. The director's name is Santosh Sivan, and a general overview, it's about a girl named Mali, who's 19 years old, that gets selected to perform a suicide mission. I thought it was interesting that the movie's budget was only $50,000, which I'll get into later. It's won a host of awards, international shows, caught a glimpse of Hollywood appeal, but it kind of fell off because, Hollywood's Hollywood. About the author, director. This YouTube video I found is a great interview. It is the most recent interview I could find about Santosh Sivan. He's a world-renowned director now, and this is by far his most known movie, though. Before I watch a movie, I always like to read the IMDb, just get a general overview and stuff. For the first impressions, I thought the movie was beautiful. It was only made in 17 days, which is amazing. It had a host of great a soundtrack, but like this class, I've learned watching a film in another language is difficult, but this one seemed to flow better than most. This is a tweet about an award this film won that I found on Twitter. A summary. The movie starts off with introducing Mali, the 19-year-old girl I talked about. Her blind following leads to a dark occupation. Get into that later. She gets chosen to be a suicide bomber. She makes her way to a farm. She meets a love along the way. But I found in the movie that I was more paying attention to her and how she was coming to peace with what is going to happen and how she slowly discovered herself. And that's why I touched on my personal reaction. What would lead a girl to do this? Is it a brainwashing? Is it a blind following? Well, yeah. And I found it kind of horror movie at times, like a dystopia. Rotten Tomatoes gave this film an 84%, which is kind of amazing for Rotten Tomatoes. If you don't know, they're kind of harsh on their rating sometimes. Critical overview when watching the film, I thought it had great cinematography, like I pointed out. $50,000 is impressive. The soundtrack I mentioned was great. It's a great balance of a movie. It's kind of like a calm before the storm type movie. You see yourself really diving deep into the emotions of these different characters. Cultural significance. One of the most important ideas I took from this film was the cultural significance. I'm talking about the blind love for a country that Mali had. To decide to suicide bomb, I thought it was crazy. 20 years. I gave this example about seeing going 20 years through life and always getting told that purple people are bad, that you have to kill purple people every day until you are given the opportunity to finally kill a purple person. That is what Mali went through. It's brainwashing. It's what happens to the people of North Korea in today's world. It's impressive that Santosh Sivan was able to capture this in one movie. It is impressive, but he did. The reason, and then I touched this on my last paragraph, the reason I made this paragraph longer was because this is what I learned while watching The Terrorist. I didn't really pay attention to the actual suicide bombing, whether she did or not. Like, it was the cultural significance and the journey behind the movie. And that is why Santosh Sivan won so many awards, and that is why this catapulted him into kind of over there in Asia. He's a world-renowned director. So this is what propelled his career, and this is what I'd tell anybody to watch if they're interested in Santosh Sivan. Thank you for listening. My name is Rhett Spencer.